As I read one of Donald Trump's recent Truth Social posts, my eyes focused on two words and one slash. A U.S. president must have complete immunity, without which it would be impossible for him to function properly. Select your plan. ArrowRight HimEach. Strangely, it seemed like a careful stay. Here, Trump was ostentatiously announcing his office above the law, but in doing so, he was doing his best to point out that a woman could also be president. I don't know a lot of conservative 70s men who can remember to add this salute to gender equality in the middle of an all-over capitalized annuity. The Question of Donald Trump's Misogyny. By Jury E. It's a topic I've been thinking about recently as Jean Carroll was decided to pay $83 million. And she's considered many female politicians to be vice presidents at the same time. Donald Trump is a rude man. A crindly person. Selfish. All. Exactly how sexist. I have a crazy theory. During Trump's first presidential campaign 8 years ago, nearly 24 women accused him of sexual harassment. Last year a jury found him responsible for sexually harassing Carroll in 1996. If you that the jurors are competent, and I believe so, and if you it would be really extraordinary for 24 women to independently establish a conspiracy of sexual misconduct. Then you can argue that he is not only sexist, but also in terms of crime. Access Hollywood showed Trump bragging that his celebrity status allowed him to caress women whenever wanted, calling Hillary Clinton disgusting woman. Rosie O'Donnell a fat pig. This exactly what said when confessed to what called the only thing the country briefly agreed on was this Donald Trump sexist nightmare. But another feature of Trump is that he is cruel. Women, men, immigrants, the media, Democrats, and mostly Republican friends. He is cruel to all he sees as enemies. And his insults are repeated regularly. I noticed something interesting this week when I was trying to get used to Trump's attacks. News organizations have published numerous lists filled with headlines like, Trump's 11 insults directed at women. But when I cross-checked insults specifically called women, I found that many of them were actually directed at men as well. The phrase disgusting woman he told Hillary Clinton and her supporters later embraced with feminist pride certainly seemed sexist last week. However, Trump used the same insult against male judge Lewis Kaplan, who headed the defamation trial. He's a disgusting man. A bad judge. Other well-known figures, which Trump described as disgusting, include Nancy Pelosi, Ted Cruz, Duchess of Sussex Meghan, and Lindsey and Mitt Romney. So often from his mouth the word, U200B, U200B, the disgusting flies away. I am not sure it's a verbal tic rather than a sexist. Similarly, I had noticed breathtaking sexism and racism in describing Representative Maxine Waters as low IQ in 2018 person, but later Joe Biden and George